Hi guys, good morning. So here are 5 things I did to land my first UI UX design role after 1 week of completing my bootcamp. So number one, I paid attention to details. So most times some people don't really realize how important it is to pay attention to details. When you're starting out as a UI UX designer, what you're supposed to do is make sure you're paying attention to details. What do I mean by that? Most times when I give tasks to UI UX designers, most of you that are just starting out, I end up noticing that okay, you don't actually look at the margins, you don't look at the paddings, you don't look at how things are done. Sometimes starting out you need to replicate a lot of projects, but when you're starting out you need to pay attention to the spacing, the padding, the hierarchy and the margins that most of all these elements have in order to achieve like a very great result and actually make sure that you're on point. So secondly, I would say the next thing should be confidence. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Just make sure that you're confident enough. You are confident enough that you can do it. Because most people feel like, okay, UI UX design is very complicated and it's very overwhelming. Yeah, it is. But you should be confident in yourself that you can do this. So the next thing I see that a lot of people don't actually do is mentorship. So number 3 is mentorship. So in as much as you're starting out as a UI designer, you need to actually look for someone that has done it before you, like a mentor, like someone that will put you through, someone that will tell you how it's being done and how you can actually do that. Sorry, I'm actually walking on the road, that's why you see me looking around. So you need to look for someone that has gone before you. For me, I went through a structured learning program, so I already had like teachers and mentors. But I'm saying this based on most of you that are self-learning. You need to look for someone that has done it before you. You can't only rely on YouTube, because most times if you don't pay for most of all these crash courses you see on YouTube, you won't have like an active community where you can ask questions or where you can meet other people that are facing challenges. You understand? You need to always look for a mentor or look for a community that you'll be part of, that you'll see people that can tell you what to do when you run into a problem. So how many have I listed now? I listed 1, that you should pay attention to details. 2, you should be confident in yourself. And 3, you should find a mentor. Then the third one would be building a portfolio. One thing about your UI UX design journey is that without a portfolio, there's no way you can actually land a client. There is no way you actually land a client. In as much as a portfolio doesn't have to be something that you've actually organized in a very nice way, but make sure that you are always working on something, in the sense that okay, probably you have like a landing page you've worked on that you kept somewhere. Just look for a way to actually organize them in a way that once someone asks you for most of all these things, you can easily provide it. For me, after 3 months of learning UI UX design, I got contacted by someone to work on a design for me. When he asked for my portfolio, I just showed him like most of the work I've done. It wasn't actually organized. I just sent him Figma links. Then he went through it and he was like impressed. Then he had to actually help me. Then he went through it. Then he gave me the job. So that's it. Then the last one, we'll be talking about what you do, which is very important. So most people don't actually look into this aspect of talking about what you do. Most times when you don't talk about what you do, you tend to miss out on a lot of opportunity. So the last one will be talking about what you do. So one thing that helped me land a job 1 week immediately after my UI UX design bootcamp was me always talking about what I did. I always talked about what I did whenever I found the opportunity, and that was how I got a link and someone referred me and told the person that I'm good at what I do, and that's how I got the job. You understand? So you need to be aware of that. You need to always talk about what you do so that people can actually know that this is what you do. So these are the 5 things I did that set me apart and made me land a client, or rather a job, because it was a freelance project that made me land a job a week after I completed a 3 months bootcamp. So make sure you put down these steps and work towards them. And I will also say, make sure you talk about what you do, because that's what made me get that referral in the first place. I always informed everyone around me about my progress. Most times we brag about what we do in the future, but we don't tell people what we are currently doing with our life that's making us improve or move or grow rather. So make sure you do that. Make sure you do that and always take it serious. Even if you're not posting online, make sure you're telling everybody around you about what you do. So peace out. Till we meet again.